But I'm just gonna kind of like kick us off with a story to really hit this home. So as you guys know, I had my wine importing business. Sexy, right? Isn't that sexy? Wine importer, travel around, go to the vineyards. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? And that it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the dream. I remember when I thought about it, I remember being at my job in San Francisco, and it was good, you guys. I went to business school when I was, what, 25 years old. So I was now, whatever, 26 or 27. I'm in San Francisco. I'm making six figures. I'm doing pretty well. But not really, right? Right? I had some problems. There were some problems in my life that made me want to start a business. Problems included not having enough money. In San Francisco, $120,000, um, even 10 years ago, was like barely making it, especially with student loan debt and debt, right? So there was not enough money, paycheck to paycheck. There was feeling drained because I was going into a corporate office every day and the lights gave me a headache and days were passing by and I wasn't happy and I didn't feel like I knew anything. And so there's these problems of I don't like I don't like this. I'm not happy. I don't feel good. I don't have enough money. And from these problems, there was, this desire to start a business. And yes, we know I had some success with manifesting. We know that I used to say all the time, I want a business, but I don't know what. I don't know what. And I was addicted to saying how I didn't know what to do. And this is assuming you watched the TEDx talk, right? And then I was able to shift and say, fuck. Well, that was the first realization I had learning about law of attraction is if I'm saying I don't know all day long, I'll never be a match to the answer. So I had shifted into wanting, I want a business and I'm curious what it will be. And I could feel that immediate shift. Like, yeah, I do want a business and I am curious what it will be. And so I started practicing that. And about 6 months in, I had this epiphany that I was going to start a wine importing business. I had another friend. She was telling me how she was making six figures importing stuff and selling it on Amazon. I thought, importing, that's brilliant. I don't have to think of a business idea. I can just buy something and sell something. I was drinking wine, so that's what I decided to import. I remember it was some Sauvignon Blanc in the glass. I was like, what should I import? Aha, wine. But I had this crystal clear, like I had just teed up for 6 months that I was curious. So when this came, it came through really clearly, and I knew for sure I am going to become a wine importer. And so I started manifesting the wine importing business with a very elementary way of manifesting. I understood if I want something, if I want to be a wine importer, I need to have the energy of being a wine importer. So I understood that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to be a wine importer. So if I'm going to be doing manifesting, I guess I need a vision. I didn't call it future casting back then, but I was like, I guess I need a vision of and of me being a wine importer and I need to start feeling like that. So this is back in, I don't know, 2012, 2013, long time, 12 years ago, where I was like, okay, I can see myself at a networking event, random networking event, basically saying, introducing myself, hey, my name's Alleah and I'm a wine importer. And I liked that vision, you guys. I thought like when I actually thought of that vision, oh, hey, my name's Alleah and I'm a wine importer. And I could see myself authentically being like, yeah, I'm a wine importer. That felt really good in my body. So that was my manifesting work. The manifesting work was, okay, I want this thing, and now I'm going to manifest this thing. So as often as I could, I would think of this vision. Hey, my name's Leah. I'm a wine importer. Hey, my name's Leah. I'm a wine importer. And especially when I would get stressed out, I would then combat the stress in my mind. Hey, my name's Leah. I'm a wine importer. And so I did this often enough. And I was just like, I was very much in a well, Abraham Hicks says this is what you do. So I don't really have any other idea of how I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to do this energy work and see what happens. Hey, my name's Alleah. I'm a wine importer. So I'm feeding this idea of becoming a wine importer. And so it's happening. And there's a lot had to happen in order for that to happen. But it's happening because I'm really brewing up and focusing every day, wine importer, wine importer, wine importer, wine importer. And so we have to do things like get a federal license and a state license. And in order to get these licenses, you have to have a warehouse. But how are you supposed to have a warehouse? You have no money. And then so next thing you know, I'm doing. Next thing you know, we meet a guy who owns a warehouse and he's like, you can just use my address for free. And eventually you can pay me when your wine is here. And then next thing you know, like we're going to Europe and there's this very slow unfolding of building the wine importing business. And then we're over then I'm over there and I guess I was tasting wine and visiting wineries for 11 months and I'm feeding the vision. And then everything's so fucking difficult because now you have to figure out, okay, well now you decide you're going to buy a wine, but now you have to like figure out how to get the label approved, right? Now you have to you have to go through the paperwork to get alcohol labels approved. That was crazy difficult. It was like you had to be like some sort of like rocket scientist to figure it out. So stressed out. But hey, my name's Alleah. I'm a wine importer. I'm a wine importer. And so I'm doing this in over a year and a half, 2 years, everything's unfolding until fuck you guys. I'm a wine importer. Until there you are. Here I am. I'm Alleah. Wine was put on a boat. It was delivered. And now I'm getting connections and now I'm actually like in restaurants in San Francisco and people are actually loving the wines. And so here I am, I'm a wine importer. It has happened. But you guys saw the TEDx talk. You've heard the story where for the first 5 years were fucking horrible. I had so much stress and fuck. It was like all of my original problems were amplified. I started off with $220,000 of student loan debt, and I ended up with $500,000 in debt because I felt like I needed a loan to grow the business. And I had brain fog. And even though I'm technically a wine importer, and you guys, I actually went to an event, a sommelier conference, and I remember it happening where I was like, hi, my name's Alleah and I'm a wine importer. And like the exact vision I had practiced had come through. And I remember being in awe. But I'm still not making any money. And I'm actually fucking miserable because I'm so stressed. I'm managing $500,000 in debt. I'm not making any money. Like 0 pennies are coming out of the bank account to my personal bank account. And I don't understand, and I don't even know how to do it because wine importers have to go through distributors and blah, 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 blah. A lot of reasons why it was a difficult business. And that's what I had that what the fuck moment that you guys have heard me talk about, where I was like, Alleah, like, what the fuck? Like, you know all of this stuff. Why are you broke? Why is there no money? Why do you hate your life? Why are you miserable? I had brain fog up to here. I couldn't think. I couldn't be efficient. I couldn't get anything done, even though I had all the time in the world. I was working 7 days a week, getting nothing done. And that is when I realized there's a difference between manifesting things and manifesting emotions. Manifesting things or manifesting the vibrational essence of what you really want. And so when I decided to manifest a wine importing company, there was an assumption, a really deadly assumption. The assumption was if I become a wine importer, then I will be happy. Then I will make money. Then I will enjoy my life. So going into manifesting the wine importing business was some very fucking wonky energy that was not cleaned up. Right? I wanted money because I felt broke. I felt behind. I felt in debt. I felt guilty because of the debt. I felt like I couldn't contribute to society because I couldn't create more value than I consumed. I felt like a waste. I felt embarrassed because I went to very good high school. I had a very good college education, and then I had a grad degree, and I felt embarrassed because I hadn't figured it out yet. right? I felt unhappy. I felt tired. And so manifesting the wine importing business, my dumb little brain thought would solve that. But it did not solve that. It made it worse. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going to manifest the solution and actually amplifying your problem? That's what happened to me. Because I didn't actually go into, well, what is it that I really want? Which frankly was money, money, easy days, and being happy. Because if what I wanted was abundance, happiness, and ease, then I needed to make sure to practice the vibration of money, happiness, and ease, not just the vibration of being a wine importer. There's nothing me saying don't go after what you want. No, 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 quite the opposite. I want you to have all the money. You're going to get all the money. You want the business. You're going to grow the business. We're going to have all that. But we don't want to forget to manifest what we really fucking want.